Dear students, welcome to the digital platform of SJS. So let us move on to one 10 marks compulsory problem of your corp from the chapter Vertical Final Accounts. So every year 10 marks question will be asked and that will be very easy. Generally you will have to just fill these whatever the elements are there concerned to final accounts in the main format, and easily you can solve this particular problem once you have studied the final account format which was given to you in the last video. You make it perfect. Once you perfect it, then this particular problem will be very easy for you. So let us in the previous class we have studied one trading and P&L account problem from the question paper 2016, and now also one question paper problem we are solving. Maybe this is also from 2016. So let us understand this particular problem. Let us solve it. Okay. Yes. Note the important things here. Sujata Fertilizers. Okay. Yes. So has authorized capital in the sense registered capital. Okay, divided into 2 lakh shares of rupees 10 each. So it is registered or authorized by the Sujata Fertilizers that they are going to raise 20 lakh capital anytime. So this is not the raised capital now. Okay. So this is authorized capital. It will not come to any calculation parts. Note it. Registered capital, you just have to write it. That is all. But called up capital, paid up capital will come for the calculation parts. Okay. Yes. Then 2 lakh shares are there of rupees 10 each. Fine. Then the following trial balance is given, and you have to prepare the vertical balance sheet under the schedule 6 of the Companies Act. So every year like this way the problem will be given. So as per the schedule 6 of the Companies Act means your vertical balance sheet you have to write. So P&L account is not asked here. You just have to prepare balance sheet. In the previous class we have studied P&L account, and now let us study this balance sheet. So trial balance is given. Yes, first one called up capital. So you have to consider it for the calculation. Called up capital. Then you should not consider authorized capital for the calculation purpose. Only called up capital you have to consider. Then calls in arrears. Calls in arrears means pending calls. Right. So in the format you just see, yes, you have to keep format in front of you and then go through this problem. Okay. Yes. So make the format perfect first, then come to this particular problem. So let us solve the answer later. Let us analyze the question completely. So calls in arrears means pending calls. Then debentures are there. 10% debentures are there. Term loans are there. Okay. Then sundry creditors, bills payable. So bills payable, sundry creditors, term loans, these are all liabilities. Bank OD, this is also liability. Land and building, asset, correct no? Plant and machinery is asset. Goodwill, asset. Patents are part of elements of goodwill. So that is also asset. Sundry debtors means asset side. Then investments, assets, cash at bank, assets, stock, assets, bills receivable, assets, isn't it? Furniture, loose tools, assets. Then general reserve will come in the side of liability. Dividend equalization reserve, it is also liability. Then profit and loss account. That is, you have to see profit and loss account means 2 types of P&L account will be there. One is loss P&L account, one is profit P&L account. You have to see which side the P&L account is appeared. So P&L account amount is in credit side. So if the P&L account amount is in credit side, that means it is reserve. If the P&L account amount is in debit side, that means it is loss amount. Okay, note this. So this is the trial balance given, and you just have to take all these items to the format of your vertical balance sheet. That is important. So this solving of this problem is very easy, but only the evaluators from the SEM examination point of view, how you write the format in the examination with application of notes and all, isn't it? We have studied the format in the previous classes, so you have to apply the notes and explanation of the notes to be written. How you write that matters here. Your calculation part is very easy. From the 10 marks point of view, it is a pocket marks for you. But only thing, how you write the notes, vertical balance sheet, the way you have written, that will be valued. So let us go to the solution side now. Okay, yes, see, first what you have to do is give the heading vertical balance sheet of Sujata Fertilizers Limited, right? Yes. Now what you have to do, just write the blank format. First format we have taken in the theory previous classes. So just write the blank format with the 11 schedules, 14 schedules. How the same you have to copy paste from the main format. That is sources of funds, you just write shareholders of funds, in that capital, reserves, note 1, note 2. Amounts you write later, don't write it first. You cannot write it first. Okay, amount you have to calculate in the explanation and write. For that reason, blank format of vertical balance sheet is to be written first. Okay, so just write it in a simple manner, in a blank way. Okay, just you have to number the schedules and write it. Don't write, you cannot write the amount now. You need not write the amount, just leave the two amounts column blank. Okay, then loans and funds section, in that secured loan, unsecured loan 3 and 4, right? So you by heart it all the schedules systematically, you have to do all these things. Your marks will be for this only, not the calculation. Calculation will be easy, but your marks will be for these type of writings. How you are writing, the way you have written the schedules and all, it should be same. It cannot be mixed. 1 2 3 4 capital reserve, secured loans, unsecured loans means it should be there. You cannot change the schedule names, schedule numbers. Okay, so then application of funds means assets, sources of funds means liability. Okay, yes, in the theory classes we have studied. Then in the application of funds, one fixed assets schedule number 5. Then investment will be there, schedule number 6. Then current assets, loans and advances, in that 7 8 9 10 11 will be covered. Inventory, sundry debtors, cash, bank balance, other current assets, loans, advances, isn't it? So this one you have studied. You have the format in the fair notebook now. Yes. Then you have to deduct the item, some items, current liabilities and provision you have to deduct, isn't it? So here is the continuation part of it. Okay, liabilities, note number 12, provision, note number 13. You have to deduct it, and one amount will come to you, and miscellaneous expenditure, if any, you have to write, then take the amount. So this way your this amount total, and this is the total. Okay, it should be tallied, but you cannot write the amounts right now. You just have to write the blank format, as I said earlier. So blank format you have to write. After that you should write, after blank format you should find out one by one schedules. How to do that? So you just have to go through the simple format. In the next schedule 1 is there, no? So you have to see what is schedule 1 is concerned to capital. In that authorized capital, you just have to write the amount. That is all. You should not take it for the calculation part. Then you have to see now in the trial balance, what are the things concerned to capital is given. Yes, called up capital is given. Check it. Okay. Yes, 10 lakh. Arrears means in the sense your pending calls, that is to be deducted. You have to treat that it will not come. Okay. So arrears are to be deducted. Then you have deducted it, take it into the outer column and take this amount to your format, blank format amount here. You got it? In the blank format you have written, no, there you have to take this particular amount. After calculation of each schedule, you have to take that amount to there. Then schedule 2, reserves and surplus heading, isn't it? So check reserves and surplus. General reserves are there, dividend equalization reserves are there, P&L account credit balance was there, so it is also reserve. So 3 reserves are there, that will be 4 lakh rupees. So take this 4 lakh rupees to your main format now. Got it? Yes. Then next schedule number 3. Schedule number 3 is concerned to secured loans. So debenture will come under secured loans, correct? No, term loan, bank OD. So these 3 types of secured loans are there. The total will be 3,50,000. Take it into the main format now. So 3,50,000 here. Then unsecured loans, if any, it is there, you have to see. No unsecured loan. So take into the main format, that is nil. Fourth schedule number 4 is nil. Correct? No? Then liability side is over now. Correct? No? The total is 17,30,000. Write it in the outer column. Then you have to see the next schedules. Schedule number 5. So schedule number 5, before that you have to write the schedule number 12 and 13, isn't it? So 12 and 13 is a schedule concerned to liability side only, but you will not write that in the liability side, but you will deduct it in the asset side. At the last you are going to deduct it. See here. Okay. For that reason 12 and 13 is to be written first. In the format also you have that, isn't it? In the previous class we have studied about this. So 12 and 13 you have to write. So 12 is concerned to current liability. Bills payable is a current liability. Take its amount 10,000. Then sundry creditors are there, that is also current liability. You have taken it. Provisions are not there. Okay. So 50,000 rupees current liability is there. Correct? No? Take it into the main column. You have written it, isn't it? Main blank format. Take the amount there. Then come to the continuation of your schedules 5 and 6 onwards. So schedule 5 is concerned to fixed assets. So fixed assets are to be collected now. Have to write here. Land and building is there, plant and machinery, goodwill, patents are there. So you just have to total it and bring it into the main format, that is fixed asset 12,60,000 would be. Then investment you have to write, go to the explanation of the notes section and write the investment here. See, investment only one amount is there, so that you have to write 70,000. Bring this 70,000 into main format. So main format, in main format you are going to write this 70,000 here. Okay. Yes. Then see, next what you have to do, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. These schedules you have to calculate. So now 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Correct? No? Yes. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 amounts are there. 7 is concerned to inventory. Just write it. It is there in the format directly given. Debtors 8, cash at bank is given, loose tools given, then bills receivables are there, loans and advances are not there. The total of this is to be taken, and individually you have to write this here. Correct? No? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So all the schedules will be over. Correct? So here, yes, liabilities and provision. Liabilities are not there, provisions, then your net current assets will come here. Then 14 you have to see miscellaneous expenditure, if any, you have to see. It is not there, so 17,30,000 you have to take it at the outer column, right? So this way you have to follow from the main. First, what you have to do, first you have to write this main format, blank format you have to write 1 to 14 schedules. Correct? No? 14 schedules here. That blank format you have to write first. Then what you have to do, one by one schedule you have to solve. Correct? No? One by one schedule you have to solve and bring the one by one item to the main format. I will share this snapshot to you through the group. Go through it. First you write the contents in a notebook and go through this video and make it perfect. Okay, thank you.